So welcome to today's analysis. Today is Wednesday, the 15th of February, 2017. Time is 16:01 here in the UK. You're looking at an AUDJPY daily chart. In today's analysis, we're going to be going through all the pairs on the list here and looking for reversal setups as we usually do. Alright, so I am long on AUDJPY right now, but on the 15-minute chart, not on the large time frames. It's all part of the 15-minute chart testing that I've been talking about lately. It's a lot of fun trading 15-minute charts with pure price action, although kind of stressful. But there was an AUDJPY long today, so we might look at that after the end of the main webinar session. But for now, let's just look for actual reversal setups. Let's focus, and I really want to get the first part of this webinar done quickly. And there's no setups right now, no reversal setups forming on AUDJPY. All right, USDJPY. Yeah, okay. Maybe something going on here, but so yeah. Oh, okay, maybe that candle. Risk reward ratio looks just at a quick glance, it looks kind of bad. Let's see what it would actually be like if we entered a trade something like that. 1.5, and it has to get to the support area to hit 1.5. All right, this candle right now, not that great. I wouldn't want to trade a reversal from here, but do keep a close eye on this, because right now what we're seeing is price basically forming on this area of resistance. So price stalling on this area of resistance is what I mean. So with price stalling on this area of resistance, and it has done this in the past, like there, bam, awesome reversal. There, not so awesome reversal, but or not so awesome a setup, but clearly a reversal there. So we have two situations or two previous events where price came up to this resistance area and completely reversed. We're seeing that a third time now. We're seeing price stalling at this resistance area. This candle itself, I'm not too confident. I'd rather get indecision forming up here like it did the last two times, something like that. So I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm not going to jump in on this candle here. And even if I wanted to, the risk to reward ratio is just not that good. So it's really not worth it with this candle. But what we're seeing here is we're seeing signs of price stalling on resistance. So we could have a potential trade coming in the next few candles. So do keep a very close eye on this one, please. USDJPY, top of the list for now. Okay, let's see what's happening with AUD CAD. Nothing much really. Yeah. AUD New Zealand is in between two support resistance areas, so we're not really going to see anything here. Yep. AUD USD is bouncing from resistance. Yeah, nothing much. There's nothing tradable there. Not right now, anyway. Maybe on the 4 hour. Nah. CAD JPY is in between two support resistance areas. Nope. Euro AUD is falling into a support area. Stalling on top of this support area already. I'm trying to find why these support areas have been placed. All right, it was based on those bounces there. Okay. Yeah, I guess keep a close eye on Euro AUD. We might get a reversal from this support area. But to be honest, I think I'm just going to redo my areas on this chart. Not right now, but I'm going to redo my areas on this chart, because see how remember how I had the, wait, can I bring them back? All right, see how I have the orange line there? That tells me that it's a weak support area that I'm not really too sure of. So I'm gonna redo them now that we have some extra data, and we'll take a look at this later. It's not gonna form until tomorrow anyway, because it's stalling on the daily chart. Yeah, maybe on the 12-hour chart, but I think we've got quite some time for this. So I'll just redo my support resistance areas on Euro AUD, and we'll revisit this tomorrow because I'm not too sure about that support area. That's why it was marked orange. Euro CAD, what is going on with Euro CAD? We're getting a nice little indecision candle on Euro CAD, but at this point it is well below the support area, so I'm not really interested in that. Euro GBP seems to be in between support resistance areas, so nothing much tradable there. Euro JPY kind of ranging on or broken above and bouncing from. Nothing really tradable there for me. Euro New Zealand doesn't look like there's anything here either. Maybe, but nah, there's no way we'd get a good risk to reward ratio there. I can tell just by looking at it, no way. Euro USD. Now, Euro USD is kind of doing some interesting things. So yesterday, in yesterday's analysis, we talked about Euro USD. I identified that it was very possibly stalling on this support area and that we should watch it very closely. What I was wanting to see was a nice little indecision candle forming on this pair. And I got my wish, well, half of my wish. I got an indecision candle forming on the pair. But it's not a little indecision candle, it's a big indecision candle with a big lower wick. So why is that a problem? That is a problem because if I want to go long here, I like to place my stop loss below the most recent low, which would have to be down here, which would mean my risk to reward ratio is not going to be as good as it could be. Now, with this, we're still possibly going to get a decent risk to reward ratio, but it's not as good as it could have been. If this was a lot smaller, you know, if we had a smaller stop, we could have got out there with a 2.5 risk to reward ratio, but now our stop needs to be here. So we're only going to ever hit 1.5 before it hits this kind of problem area here. This problem area is just an area with minor support resistance that has caused some bounces recently. So I'd want to close out around here, right? If this indecision candle had been smaller, stop could have been smaller, and yeah, it would have been a much better setup. That being said, still looks pretty decent. So this thing that we were eyeing yesterday, this potential slowing down at support that we were eyeing yesterday, has actually turned out kind of like we wanted, just not as good as we wanted. Sucks, but point is, there is a potential trade form in here. So let's keep a very close eye on this. If this candle closes like this at the end of today, I'm definitely going to want to jump into a trade. All right, GBP AUD, let's take a quick look at this. Sorry if this analysis feels rushed. I just got to get this video, all right, the first part, not the whole analysis, just the first part uploaded to YouTube ASAP. Because the guy who does the uploading, who I think is in the room right now, isn't going to be around for the rest of the day, so he needs me to finish this and get it uploaded. So there's nothing on GBP JPY. GBP New Zealand is not a pair I trade, so let's remove that. GBP USD, what's going on there? Move Euro USD to the top of the list. I forgot to do that. GBP USD is already bouncing. Anyone long on GBP USD? Doesn't look like there was an opportunity to get in. It reversed too fast. Guess it might have been a reversal on like the 1 hour chart maybe. Not even. New Zealand CAD in between two support resistance areas. New Zealand USD in between two support resistance areas. USD CAD is bouncing away right now. Definitely not good risk to reward ratio, not a valid setup. And finally, USDCHF has broken above. Oh, actually, on the daily, it kind of looks okay. All these candles that are huge, it just makes it really hard to get a good risk to reward ratio. Say something like that. 1.5 at the next support area. No thanks, not interested. That's a shame. 12-hour candle looks like we'd get a better entry, but I hate doing that kind of stuff where you just like switch time frame and then you can trick yourself into getting a bit of a higher entry. All right, this kind of looks okay on the 12-hour though. There's just something about this setup that I really don't like. There's just something about it that puts me off. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. I don't like it. I'm not going to trade this. I've done a YouTube video recently on keeping a trading journal, and I gave a sample trading journal at the bottom of the video. I'll link to the video at the bottom of this video. And part of what is written in that journal, part of what you have to track in that journal is how you feel about the trade. So not from a technical point, just how you emotionally feel about a potential setup. You look at a trade and you say to yourself, I don't really like that setup because, and sometimes you don't really have a because, it's just something you don't like. You look at it and you just don't like it. So I've been tracking that information in my journal all of last year. When I look at a setup and I just say to myself, it just doesn't feel right. I can't put my finger on what doesn't feel right about it, but it doesn't feel right. And I've learned from my trading journal and the stats that it's usually a good idea to follow that feeling. For me personally, it's a good idea to follow that feeling. I'm not saying that for everyone here. It's the same thing. You need to keep your own trading journal, track your own results and see how that affects you. But for me personally, when I look at a setup and I say, it doesn't feel right, I don't know what it is about it that doesn't feel right. I can't explain it. It just doesn't feel right. It's just a gut feeling. That gut feeling is often going to stop me from taking a bad trade. USDCHF doesn't feel right. I'm not gonna trade this. But that being said, just because it doesn't feel right to me, it doesn't mean that you guys can't potentially trade it if you want to. So has a decent risk to reward ratio if you take the 12-hour version of this trade. It looks kind of okay-ish, I guess. I mean, that's not true. You know what I just said, that it doesn't feel right, but like from a completely technical point, it looks kind of okay. But yeah, there's just something about it that I don't like. So you might be interested in it. You might want to take it. I don't know. Up to you completely. I'm not that interested. But what I am interested in is EURUSD. If it stops doing that, I'm interested in it. Stop it. Just come back down, please. Relax. Just chill out. Close on the daily, and then I'll enter. Just don't go up right now. It's not going to listen to me, is it? Damn Europeans. And USDJPY. But this, I don't want to trade this candle. I want to wait for it to form on, I want to wait for an indecision up here. Stop it. Stop. I'm going to draw a line here. And hopefully this line stops it from moving up until the end of the day. So fingers crossed that that happens, but probably not going to. Too bad I have trading rules that I have to follow. Okay, so that's pretty much the analysis for today. We don't really have much forming right now, but of course I'll be looking again in about 4 to 6 hours, around about 10 p.m. Here in the UK. I'll be scanning my charts again and I might see a trade set up at that point. But right now, there's not really that much happening. USDJPY, I am interested, but I want the indecision candle to form further up in here. EURUSD, I am interested, but we need this to actually close as an indecision candle, not to move up right now. USDCHF, I'm not really interested, but from a completely technical point on the 12-hour, it looks okay. So it might be something that some of you guys might be willing to jump in on. Up to you. Yeah. You guys know I'm not a fan of trend lines, right? I don't use trend lines in my trading, but it could be the start of a pretty nice downtrend, really. Could be. That could be the second swing. Bam, down, maybe. Something to think about. Like I said, I'm probably not going to trade it. See, what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of like talking myself into not listening to my gut feeling and maybe actually considering entering this trade, which I shouldn't do. But you know, what I'm seeing right now is that it kind of is in a bit of a downtrend overall. So this would be following the trend. It's always nice. Always a bit of a bonus. What's it look like on the weekly? Huh, okay. I might have just talked myself into actually taking a USDCHF short here on the close of this 12-hour candle. Well, no, depending on the close of this 12-hour candle, if the next candle starts to push down. There's still something about it that I'm not crazy about, but yeah, do keep a close eye on it. We'll discuss it further on the forum. I'll discuss if I am going to enter. I just don't know right now. I need to wait for the close. It's going to close in 5 hours and 41 minutes. So after it closes, I'll reassess it and I'll see how I feel then. Does that make sense? Are there any questions about that? Hey, EURUSD is adhering to my imaginary line that I drew. So I drew a line there. EURUSD stuck to it. It's pulling back down. Good job, EURUSD. Keep doing that until the end of the day. No questions. Quiet room tonight. Cool. Wait, Paul J is typing. Sleepy. The FX whisperer. I wish. All right. Well, I am going to finish up the analysis then. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the analysis. Keep a close eye on USDJPY for a potential indecision candle forming up here. Maybe, who knows? Keep a close eye on EURUSD. As long as it doesn't push up too far, we might get a nice indecision candle, might get a long reversal. Keep a close eye on USDCHF for the 12-hour potential short reversal here. Something about it kind of rubs me the wrong way, like I said, but that might change when this candle actually closes. I might jump in. Overall trend is down. Indecision forming on resistance. It actually doesn't look that bad, to be completely honest with you. I don't know why I'm not crazy about it, but I'm not. So I might trade it, I might not. We'll see how that one goes. I'll post to the forum if I trade it, and I'll probably leave a comment underneath the YouTube video. Thank you for watching the analysis, and I'll see you guys later.